Welcome back to the channel, thanks for coming back. Today we're doing another airsoft video. So I did a review on the next generation recoil shock Tokyo Marui MP5A5. Went down really well. I actually had people, which is weird for me as a small channel, I had people commenting saying, you know, I hope he does more of these, I only subscribe for this sort of thing, so here we are. So we're back at Airsoft Direct. This is a rifle I haven't bought. I mean, if money allowed, I think I would have already had one, at least one in my arsenal at the minute, but I haven't bought it, so I am, you know, full disclosure, I am just borrowing it from the shop. It's the shop model, and I'm just taking it for a test run, a spin, if you were. I'm out here at the range. I'm aiming to do this. I don't do anything for doing this. I just really fancied shooting it and making a video. I played around with it in the shop a couple of weeks ago on dry fire, and I was really impressed. There is like a dry fire function on that, but we'll get into that. But yeah, I was shooting it in the shop on that function. And I was like, oh, I've got to put a few rounds through this at least, so here we are. Let me take you in from a top-down view, and then we'll get some different views and show you what this rifle's all about. So, looking at it on the bench here, I'll bring you in closer, or a side shot anyway, something a bit better, but just so you can get an overall view of the rifle. So, as per TM's usual policy, where there's wood, it's plastic. So, it's really good plastic, it's polymer, it's really strong. But if you're looking for the most realism, you know, you're going to be looking at something like a GHK or something like that. But I'm unsure. Again, I'm not very techy, you know, but there are definitely wood kits out there that will fit. So you can always do that if you want to improve that. Rest of it is very solid metal, so it doesn't feel like your normal cheap cast metal that you get on a lot of RAFs. So fire selector, dust cover. Coming up to the sights and the gas block, the barrel, front sights, lower receiver, it is all really, really, really solid. It is, you know, there's no mistake about it. That is a nice metal. This is a polymer. It's meant to imitate sort of the Bakelite plastic sort of thing, and it's got this like texture on it, this diamond pattern. It's really nice actually. It does feel really nice. That it's a really nice grip. So, as you may or may not know, this is the magazine. It's stamped metal, I believe it's stamped steel, but don't quote me on that. And it is a gas magazine, so you have your little fill port at the bottom there. Hopefully you can see that. And it will take green gas. You'll fill it up here like a mid cap, and there is a dry firing function. This is the shop model, so I'm not going to take it off that dry fire function. So later on, when I'm shooting it with BBs in, it won't stop firing like it normally would, but again, this is because I don't want to take the dry fire function off. It's really fiddly. There's a little switch in the magwell, but it's really awkward to get to with my fat thumbs, so I don't really want to take it off. So, let me put you on a side angle, and I'll show you this gun in a bit more detail. Okay, so, we start up front. All metal, like I say. You've got the mock cleaning rod down there, you've got the mock gas block, the polymer, but really good polymer again with a wood grain, sort of front handguard and upper handguard. You've got the sights which are adjustable. Hopefully you can see them, so they're adjustable, you know, standard AK sights. Your charging handle, and this is the fire selector, it's in safe at the moment. You can't really do anything with it, you can sort of just bring it back a little bit. When you put it down to fire, so either semi or full auto in this case, you can charge it and bring it back like that. Listen to that. There's some weight behind that as well. I'm holding this with my left hand, and just my left hand on the pistol grip, and you can see me sort of having to, it takes me forward a bit when I drop it. But yeah, it isn't full sort of info on this. It isn't a full travel, so it doesn't come all the way back into here like a real AK, or I know that GHK do some AKs where you can get like a full travel kit for them and it'll come all the way back. But the trade-off is if you've got full travel, while it's more realistic and you get even more of a kick, you lose that gas efficiency, and that's obviously what Tokyo Marui are priding themselves on. So yeah, that's the trade-off. So right now it's in safe. You've got you've got full auto first one down, and then semi. There's a bit of a sticker in the way here. Again, don't want to take it off because the shop's not mine. So safe, full auto, semi. Okay, you got the trigger. You'll actually see, if I rack it, don't know if you can see in there, you can actually see the, might not be able to see it with the contrast, but you can see the hammer come up. You've got the dust cover, which is removable. can take that off. You can see the working mechanism in there with the recoil spring and the bolt travelling back. Really cool. See the hammer come up now. I can get you in on that. There you go. I'm going to put this back on. Okay, with that back on, we move back to the stock. So again, it's polymer, fake wood, but it's full stock. It's really nice. The grain on it is really nice. And then you've got a metal butt plate. On the other side, you've got the sling swivel, and not really much going on this side. There isn't a rail system here, you know, like the side rails that the AKs are famous for. So I don't know if that's something that can be added. I don't know what's under these fake rivets here. And then you've got your mag release as well. There's a front sling swivel up here as well. So like I say, it's in dry fire mode at the minute. So if I've gassed this magazine up. If I put this magazine in, cock it, you can see that it will fire, keep firing. Just a note on loading this, you will need one of the speed loaders that have like the pistol adapter, because it doesn't come in straight from the top because the feed lip's getting in the way. It actually comes in from like the front and then gets pushed down, so you will need one of them. So it is really cold out here. Well, say cold. It's 15 degrees, so as an English person I'm going to learn about it because it's not 15 degrees with the sun out. So the gas efficiency isn't going to be amazing, but enough for you to get a sense of how this shoots. So, hyper on. So if I put this in single shot first, that just feels so satisfying. So does that. Feels so good. Now watch the recoil on this. Right, it's out. Again, like I say, it's going to keep on firing because I've got it in that dry fire mode, but that just feels amazing. Now, being a gas gun, obviously, you're subject to cooldown. You normally have more than one mag. This mag's probably performing a little worse than it normally would because I'm just hammering it and just refilling it, putting round through it, refilling it, putting round through it. But it's really good. Again, it's hard to test the accuracy on this range because of the lack of range. It isn't a very long range at all. But from what I can tell, it's TM Marui as well, so it's got that magic hop-up system. But so far, it seems pretty accurate. Just going to refill it, and I'll take you through what I'm feeling as I'm shooting it. So to gas this up, like I mentioned, there's a little port on the bottom, and you just simply take your green gas and fill it. Know when it's full because it starts coming out. Give this a sec to warm back up in my pocket, and then we'll do a little bit more shooting. So let's shoot again. Rock that magazine in there. And that just that's so satisfying just by itself. That's so much fun. So, as you can see, if I just hold it loose, I'm really leaning into that. If I hold it loosely, the recoil, it never comes across well on camera, but the recoil on this is actually really powerful for what you expect. You know, it's it's really good. Again, it's not full travel, so it's not going to be as much as some other systems out there, but it's done a really good job, and you maintain that gas efficiency as well. So if I really sort of lean into this, it doesn't look like it's recoiling at all, but my green gas is off on one there. We'll finish the mag off. It's really cold out here. The magazine is really cold, but we'll finish the magazine off with a mag dump. So cool. I will set you up down there and show you some some target shooting. Again, the range isn't huge, but you know, it's probably 30 foot maybe, if that. But it'll show you sort of, you know, what you can expect. Hopefully that comes across in video. It's really hard to shoot these. I'm still learning with the airsoft videos. There you go, here's the rest. So, initial thoughts. It's really fun. Like, gas blowback guns are just so fun. And if you can get one with good gas efficiency, like a Tokyo Marui, and you can, you know, obviously the mags are more expensive. If you can afford to run around with those, and the sheer weight of them as well, you know, this is pretty heavy. Once you start getting a few of these full of gas and ammo, it does become a bit of a burden on you. But if you want ultimate realism, then yeah, go for it. That's why I run recoil guns. So I've got a TM M4 recoil and the MP5 recoil. Is because you get a little bit of the realism, so you get the recoil. Again, not as much as something like this, but you get the recoil and sort of you have to manually cycle the bolt or hit the bolt release for it to you know, for it to operate and drop that bolt. So yeah, that's why I run them. But if you are into gas blowback guns, I imagine it can be quite addictive, and certainly this is a lot of fun. And you'll get a lot of comments as well from people on the field. I can imagine, you know, it just looks really cool. It looks really true to form in its operation. And it's Tokyo Marui, so you know it's going to be built really well. The accuracy is pretty good. Again, it's only a small range here, but the accuracy is pretty good from what I can tell. The shots are very consistent insofar as I can tell, and it's a really fun experience overall. So with that being said, it's time to end the video. Thanks for watching, thanks for coming back, and stick around for more.